Simple machines, what are they? Maggie was walking around her neighborhood. In school, she had heard about these simple machines, but didn't know much beyond their names: the lever, the wheel and axle, the pulley, the inclined plane, the wedge, and the screw. She kept walking and stopped by a pair of scissors. The scissors said it was a Class 1 lever, and there were more levers around here. She continued on, running into a wheelbarrow, a Class 2 lever. She kept going and saw her mother playing with a tennis racket, a Class 3 lever. Maggie noticed the differences in the levers and saw that the fulcrum, force, and load fell into different points on the lever. Maggie felt comfortable identifying levers and went on in search of more. She decided to take her bike around town, and then she realized her bike was a wheel and axle, with the wheel rotating around the axle through the middle. She saw cars driving past also using a wheel and axle. She continued riding around until she reached construction in her town. She looked and saw a crane, and it was using a tool that looked like a wheel and axle, but had a cord attached to it. This must be the pulley she heard about, which pulls objects either up and down or side to side. She thought of the other pulleys she had seen and remembered her first time on the ski lift. Maggie was getting tired, so she headed home. All throughout town, people were working outside. People were gardening with shovels and chopping wood with axes. She looked closely at the shape and determined it must be a wedge because it's wider at the top and smaller at the bottom. The wedge was being used to split things, but she also saw doorstops, another wedge, holding something in place. She finished her bike ride home and locked up her bike. She started walking towards the house, using the wheelchair ramp made for her father. "Oh my," Maggie said. She realized that the wheelchair ramp was an inclined plane. An inclined plane is different from a wedge because it moves things low to high. She ran to her backyard and saw another one, her slide. She decided to wind down in her kitchen and get something to eat. As she went around the kitchen, she noticed all the screws. While there were screws in the furniture, she saw screws on the bottles she was opening, the jars in the kitchen, and even on the bottom of her light bulbs. Maggie was exhausted. She had found every type of simple machine and was ready to relax, knowing that all the simple machines helped make work easier for her.